Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Monday afternoon, July 13th. And we're looking at the last 7 days of the SPY ETF's market profile here on Window Trader. And the reason I'm doing that is because I've never seen the bulls fail so miserably as they did in the last 2 hours of the trading day. The volume right now is 91 million. 43 million of that was done in these last 4 time frames, 20 and M period. Everything that the buyers had to lean against on Friday got wiped away. The ES took out the 7-week balance high, their monthly high. We did not in the SPY, missed it by about 70 cents or so, something like that. So they stretched their balance high. We almost got up to our balance high and absolutely rolled over. After all the good that the buyers did on Friday and this morning, we're back inside the balance. We closed at 314.81. We're even below the 315.70 weekly balance from those other three previous weekly balances. NASDAQ had over a 400-point reversal. Now look, we're expecting that to happen at some point. Did I expect it today? I did not. I'm not going to sit here and yell, sell will come, like everybody else is going to be screaming now. But this morning they were probably getting jammed by being short. NASDAQ has to come into balance. Well, this is the first step. The QQQs had an outside day down. That's the first real negative thing that has happened in the NASDAQ in 16 weeks. So is something changing? Possibly, right? They have to come into balance. I do think they're going to have to go, like I said, they closed down 2%, we closed down 1% at some point. If they're going to catch up to us, they're going to be worse acting than us. That's something you have to keep in mind. Just like they've been acting better than the ES, they're going to act worse than the SPY and the ES if they're going to roll over and catch up to us. We had a good day in the trading room. I had a good day. I didn't do a lot really in the afternoon. I was very frustrated up here. Now, we battled last year's settlement for 5 time frames. In fact, the volume, POC, now I'm sure it didn't end up there, but for a good part of the day was up here right at last year's settlement. I kept waiting for the buyers who were getting nothing. We had a chance, by the way, for a trend day up. We had 4 sets of single prints that... 3 sets of single prints that failed. We ended up with a trend day down and a price probe down. I kept expecting these buyers that kept buying and buying and buying, but weren't getting much for it to puke. And it just wouldn't happen. I finally threw in the towel and now I did do okay because I'll tell you what I did in a minute, but it was frustrating. And then, was I looking for this to totally happen? Of course not. I was looking for an afternoon pullback low, but once we got below the opening and got below yesterday's range and couldn't really get back in, you knew something had changed drastically. So for the most part, I stayed out of the way. As far as my trades, I took I took a short in A period because they've been having a habit of front running the overnight. And that's exactly what they did, and that turned out to be a good trade. And by the way, based on that, we took out the overnight high, overnight low, initial balance high, initial balance low. Price was all over the place today. Then I took a long in B period. Yes, we started 1 time framing down, but it was very weak. Took a long. That turned out to be good. Took another long above the opening and above the overnight high. That turned out to be a nice trade. C period, we started with single prints, took a long. Twice made money against those single prints on the long side. Now, D period, I took a short. Took a small short in D, which I lost on. I wanted to see if the singles would fill right away. They did not. Then I took a long in E against the singles. They held. That was a very nice trade. F period. Now here's where I started doing those shorts. Took a short in F, which I made money on. I did it versus the single prints that looked like they were going to fill. And I was looking for an afternoon pullback low at some point. It was a small one. I did okay. But then I started doing them. I did more. And then, like I said, I had the short in F, which I made money on. Then G, I basically played innovator. I bought 75 puts of the 322 puts at 50 cents, I think. Wasn't getting anything. I had them in G, H, and I. And then finally, and I put in the bet. I lost. I sold them at 30 cents. I lost 20 cents on 75 of them. Decent sized loss, right? Later in the day, they were trading at $6.50. But anyway, finally, Jay flushed out. I thought all the singles would fill. I finally got on board. I took a 200 put trade, the 318 puts, which got everything I lost and more on that. And then when we flushed out to the bottom in J, I took a quick, right below the open, in the first time in value low, I took a quick 100 call position that ripped right back up. I made about 30 cents on those really quick. Didn't do that again after that. The only trade I did afterwards was a short in L when it looked like finally this gap was going to fill. Took a short. Took off the red, small left, took it off when we filled the first set of single print. So it was a good day for me, and most of the room did well. Horrible day for the Bulls. We were 7 wide up here. This is not a good finish for the Bulls by any stretch of the imagination. Now, one day does not make a market. So I can't say, game over. However, it's got to be concerning how we closed here and in the ES. I mean, in the triple Qs. Destinations for tomorrow. And just like we had a million things to lean on here that got wiped out in one time frame. L&M wiped these all out from Friday. Now we have a bunch on the upside. First, we have the price probe, L's low of 317.09. So our first destination is over $2 away. Then we have the single prints. They start at 317.34 and get filled at 319.07. So it's a huge set of single prints. And then we have today's high of 322.71. As you can see, we one time frame down from the day's high to the day's low. Incredible. For the downside, we have today's low of 314.13. Then we don't have anything till Friday's low of 312.76. And then below that, and this is the real important one, you'll see why on the charts, 310.68, right? That was where we stretched our balance last on the 9th, right? Only to get rejected. Well, we're not that far away from it again after this fiasco this afternoon. So 310.68. That's going to be an important level. Below that, we have 11 wide at 310.45 and then 310.30 afternoon pullback low from the 1st of July. Now, let's go to the charts. Let's look at the monthly first. So all systems would go this morning. It looked like we had a good chance. There was really, right? There was thin air above us. We said algos have to search for their level. Well, they did search for it. We didn't get last month's high. The ES did. We are still above March's high. No, we're not. Yes, we're still above March's high of 313.84 by $1. So for now, that's a little silver lining. We are one time framing up for 2 months. But again, very, very poor performance by the Bulls. Here's the big one. Weekly and then the daily. So the weekly. We had a weekly gap higher, folks. In here, in the SPY, ES, and the triple Qs again. They all got filled. Now, triple Qs have one from last week also. Again, we're not going to be able to fill this huge gap until we get accepted above last month's high. Well, it looked like we were going to at least make an attempt at it. But boy, did they fail. And not only did they fail up there, we closed below these weekly highs. Right? 315.70 was the real big one. After, Friday we closed up at 317.88. But this is the real important one, 315.70. Now, one day doesn't make a market. It's only one day in the week. However, we're below it right now. Better get their act together, the Bulls, right? Because if you get accepted into 315.70, well, the bottom of the balance is your next destination. Now, what is acceptance? Well, it's not one day. To me, acceptance would be if we take out last week's low. We take out last week's low, we're going to start seeing some price movement down to the low of that range. So the bulls better hold last week's low. And then the daily, come out of a 6-day balance to the upside on a gap, close this gap finally. Not only were we accepted into the 4-day balance, we almost took out the top of it. We missed it by 70 cents, only to close $2.50 below the low of it. Not good. Not good. So, very disappointed. Now, and I'll just show you triple Qs quickly. Now, again, markets don't go bull-bear. Monthly is still very healthy in the triple Qs, right? The weekly, we're still one time framing up, even with this mess of an afternoon, right? So that hasn't changed. We still have the gap, the other gap. But here's where, right, you're turning around a tanker ship. It doesn't happen in one time. It's a slow turnaround in the ocean. Well, this could possibly be your first chink in the armor. We had an outside day down. Not only was it an outside day down, it was an outside day down from an all-time high. So, right now, the bears have a chance. Your next step, it's baby steps, is to get down to the 255.43 level and then fill last week's gap at 254.27. It has to come into balance, right? Once we come into balance, say we do that. Say we get all the way down, for argument's sake, to around the 252 level. All we did is go, we'll round it out, 270 to 252 if that happens. All you're doing is putting yourself into an $18 balance. Then the key is going to be, well, if we come, do we come out of it to the downside or back to the upside? If you come out of it to the downside, who cares if you missed $18? You're probably going to get a lot more at some point. So that's going to be the key going forward. Come check us out at camelbacktrading.org. I hope you had a great day trading. Have a good evening, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.